All right. All right, Miss Barbie, we've got to get you up for the day. But since you can't stand up, we're going to use the Hoyer lift to get you up. So before we get going, I'm going to check it to make sure everything is good to go. So on the Hoyer lift, you want to check the battery to make sure that the lift is working, and as it's going up with the up button, it shows that it is working. On this Hoyer lift, it has legs open for stability and legs closed to get it up underneath the bed. On the wheels are brakes. So everything works, and I have my second person because you always need 2 people on a Hoyer lift. So before we get this over her, we're going to get the Hoyer lift sling up underneath her. With this style sling, the hole goes up underneath the bottom. So we're going to take it and make sure that we've got it lined up underneath her. All right, Miss Barbie, we're going to roll you again towards Amanda. We're going to get your sling up underneath you so that we can lift you with our Hoyer lift into your wheelchair. All right? So let's have you bend this knee and then let's cross that arm over.
I'm going to hold you right here, okay? You got that?
So from here, we want to take half the sling and roll it. Pardon my touch. You can measure her to make sure you've got it on up underneath her evenly. You're going to feel me up underneath your head, so pardon my touch. And pardon this little strap. There you go. So come on and roll back towards me. And let's bend this other knee and then come my way. All right, we've got the sling up underneath her, centered. Everything looks good. Cross this arm just a little bit. All right, pardon me for 1 second. I'm going to go and get your wheelchair set up, make sure everything is in working order also. So, in order to get her over to her tilt and space wheelchair, I'm going to put the brakes on and make sure that it doesn't roll, so those are working. I'm going to tilt the wheelchair all the way back, make sure the headrest and everything's good and it's secure. Then with a gloved hand I'm going to feel, and the cushion doesn't feel like it's in right. What I'm feeling is a bump here and a hole here, which means the cushion is in sideways. So if it's in the wrong way, I'm going to take the time to make sure it's in the correct way. So there's where the bump should be, and that's where the hole should be for the bottom. Leg rests are in place, but they can be removed so that we allow the residents to get all the way up in their wheelchair. All right, so if you're ready, we're going to get you up and get you moving. Make sure we've got this centered over her, right about there. I'm going to lock the brakes. And then we need to lower this so that we can reach you. I'm going to keep my hand on it just to make sure we don't pinch you. And I think that's good right there. So Amanda, do we want to do the purple or the green?
Let's do purple.
Okay.
I'm not sure if you like to sit up a little bit more or lay back a little bit more in it.
Let's go with the green to get her in a more seated position, actually.
All right, green it is. Okay. We're going to do green on this one too, okay?
You got that?
I do. Okay.
All right, so if you want to come over here and make sure as I lift that I've got everything cleared before I get her up.
You're going to start feeling going up, okay? Feel okay?
Your neck feel okay?
You relax your legs.
You okay? No dizziness? Okay. We've got her good and cleared. I'm going to have the legs spread on the lift before we leave the bed to make sure she's as stable as possible. Unlock the brakes. You've got a good hold of her. I'm going to roll her backwards.
I feel like you're swinging a little, okay?
All right, so turn her so she's facing me.
I'm going to come around you.
Just like that. So we're swinging over this way. We might have to come up just a little bit more. We might be able to get over the chair. Right about there?
Over, yeah.
Do I need to move her over a little bit?
No, she's actually in a good position.
All right. So if that looks good, I'm going to hold this leg if you'll hold that one to make sure we don't scrape her. All right, you're going to go down to your wheelchair slowly.
Making me push back a little bit, okay?
Make sure that bar doesn't hit her. Making sure the legs are good. I'm going to stop it right there. Rest your leg right there. So let's get this part undone here. And then
The bottom one now, okay?
I might not be able to get it just yet.
A little bit.
Now we can come down a little bit lower and not catch her head. All right, if you're right by her side, I'm going to wheel this away. So before we leave your side, we're going to make sure your bottom is all the way back in the chair, which it looks really good. Your legs are centered. You feel comfortable? All right, let's get that seat belt. And we're going to tighten this up because it's a little loose on you. We want to make sure it's tight enough to where we can only get 2 fingers between the belt and the resident's pelvis. So, pardon my touch. That looks good right about there. Let's get the leg rest back on.
Go. You okay? Good.
All right.
Feel
So
comfortable?
from here, we're going to tilt you upright. So on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Up you go. And then you're on your way to breakfast.